On the 8th of September 2004, two elk bow hunters reached an abandoned campsite at the Flat Tops of No Name Creek, north of Glenwood Springs in the White River National Forest, located in Garfield County, Colorado. The hunters' attention was caught by a collapsed tent in the middle of the campsite. However, whilst inspecting the tent, they stumbled upon a chilling discovery. Tucked inside of a slumberjack sleeping bag was the skeletal remains of a man. The unidentified male, whose eye colour and hair colour is unknown, was Caucasian, approximately 5'11" to 6'2" tall, and was estimated to have been between the ages of 27 and 65. His dental records are available, and it was stated by authorities that he had extensive work done to his teeth, including crowns, bridges, gold work, and fillings on most of his teeth. His DNA and fingerprints, however, are unavailable. Further investigations concluded that the man had arthritis and a severe degenerative condition in his back and neck, which would have caused a considerable amount of pain, especially whilst hauling camping gear. He was also believed to have been deceased for up to 5 years prior to being found, and authorities believed that the tent had been pitched at the location for at least a single winter. It was reported there was no indications of foul play in the autopsy, and it was likely that the male had died from natural causes. However, officially, the cause of death is unknown. Of the clothes he was wearing, there was a yellow and green plastic poncho, a black belt with long underwear fragments present, a pair of blue woolen socks which were duct-taped by the toes, 2 pairs of thin-rimmed glasses, a single pair for reading and a single pair of sunglasses. The reading glasses had purple arms, and it was stated that both pairs' lenses were completely intact. Also found were size 9M Timberland hiking boots, which were black and brown, and a Roman numeral wristwatch with a black band and a yellow-coloured rim was also retrieved from the scene. Searching through the man's belongings, more clues were uncovered. First of all, in regards to the sleeping bag, it was branded Perth, Australia and standard long, which led investigators to the possibility that John Doe could have been from Australia. With a large number of personal items found at the scene, including fragments of a sleeping cushion and brown sleeping bag, it was also theorised that the deceased had planned on living in the wilderness for quite some time. Among his possessions were $620 in cash, dated around 1999, 20 packs of unfiltered Camel cigarettes, 8 multicoloured butane lighters, a 4-in-1 Radio Shack game, a pocket-sized game of Battleship, a roll of duct tape, binoculars, a compass, a magnifying glass, pepper spray, a whistle, a bell, foam earplugs, an empty bottle of Tylenol pills, a blue backpack, a black Jansport backpack, 2 plastic zipper bags, 2 drinking cups, a Sweetwater water filtration kit, a tent repair kit, plastic military-style canteens, an aluminium cooking pot, a spoon, a pack of razor blades, a blue hairbrush, tweezers, fingernail clippers, a butane stove with 2 fuel canisters, 2 National Geographic waterproof trail maps of the Flat Tops area, which were marked with the route to where John Doe was discovered at an elevation of approximately 9,700 feet, and a green spiral notebook, which intrigued investigators. Despite exposure to the elements, authorities were able to partially decipher the contents of the notebook. Firstly, there was a drawing on the front cover depicting a large heart with 3 symbols inside, 2 X's or perhaps figures, and a cat in the centre. The first page addresses somebody named Lib, interestingly a more common nickname for Elizabeth in Australia, and the contents were analysed and thought to read: Lib. I should write in case my situation here doesn't improve. This may be the end of my journey. Would like for you to claim the body. Services or memorial. Cremation. The next section was deemed illegible, although individual words such as I and thought and favour or flavour could be made out, suggesting by the spelling that the man was possibly American instead of Australasian. Online sleuthers, however, believe that this could be incorrect, and flavour or favour could actually read as saved, which fits with a sentence thought to read, if I don't get saved. Another page in the green notebook read, third choice, take them up in a glider. I promise not to get sick on you. The writing is then impossible to decipher. Some common words, this, you, and not, are identifiable. On yet another page within the notebook, translated was, are on the, would you call her, have it sent, you because I, want it to, where. Analysts also interpreted another statement as be, my, are going. It was suggested that the main points of the handwritten pages were for the purpose of claiming a body, conducting a service, and having a cremation, possibly paid for by the cash in the man's possession, which led some to believe he was maybe on the verge of taking his own life, yet the autopsy did not show any evidence of this. As well as John Doe himself, the identity of Lib is also a mystery, but there is an idea that the man could have referenced to his notebook as the name Lib, like many people do with journals and diaries. There are many questions as to why the man was camping alone in the wilderness and how he came to pass. Did anybody know about his intended journey through the national park? Was he a fugitive running from the law? Did he succumb to the elements? Was he experiencing insufferable chronic pain and planned to live out his final days in nature before taking his own life? Was he a victim of an accident or sudden health issue such as a heart attack and subsequently left incapacitated? It strikes as odd that he had multiplayer games in his possession such as Battleship, therefore could someone else have been camping with him? All in all, it is a tricky case to unravel. 15 years have passed since Flat Tops John Doe was found in Colorado woodland, and to this day he remains nameless. There have been no missing person reports which match with the deceased, and it is still unknown as to who Lib was. It seems like the man was familiar with the hiking trails, and some believe him to have potentially been a military man, and many have been left questioning how someone with such a severe back condition managed to haul the tent and gear with him to the Flat Tops without any apparent trouble. Hopefully one day there will be a break in this case. Somebody out there may recognise him from decades past. Maybe his family didn't realise he was missing, as he could have lived a transient lifestyle. Perhaps Lib is out there somewhere, but only time will tell, and we can keep our fingers crossed that the unknown man known as Flat Tops John Doe will at last reclaim his identity.